welcome back to my Flosstube channel. If you're a returning friend, thanks for stopping in to check in and see what I've been up to. Lots of stitching. And if you're new here, this is a YouTube channel about cross stitch, and sometimes I throw in some other stuff like crochet and knitting, but today is a WIP Parade. And the reason I decided to do a mid-year WIP Parade is because I have so much stitching. And it's been several months since I recorded a video, so I can't even remember what I showed, what I didn't show, so we're just going to go through all the things. I like to do these two on a yearly basis. Sometimes I've done them mid-year, sometimes I've done them, at the beginning or the end of the year. I think it's a great way to record my stitchy journey, and part of why I do Flosstube is to record my stitchy journey. I want to look back on this, remember where my projects were, even what was going on in life at the time, so one of the big reasons I do Flosstube. I will do a really quick life update. If you're not interested and you're just here for the stitching, fast forward 5 minutes. I'm going to keep it quick. So lots has happened since I've been away. The big reason I was away is last fall, my little dog Maggie was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And so from September through till February, it was just for me, all about taking care of her. She needed medicine 4 to 6 times a day, sometimes more. She couldn't sleep through the night, so we were up 3-4 times in the middle of the night, and God bless all you mothers out there. How you are existing for 5-year periods of time when your children aren't sleeping, I don't know. So huge shout out to you. But it was just it was a hard time. I wanted to spend time with her. We got a lot of extra time. They had given her 2 weeks to live, and she lived for almost 5 months beyond that. So we lost her in February, but it was a very peaceful end, and I miss her a lot. I'm not going to talk anymore about it or I'll cry. But that's what took up the majority of my time. Let's see. Also in February, I got engaged. Me and Matt got engaged, which I'm super excited about. He put the ring in a box of chocolates. I'll insert a picture here. And the funny story is I opened up the chocolates and I was like, ooh, white chocolate. And I was looking at all the varieties like, do you see anything else? I didn't see the ring at first. So it was kind of funny. We chuckle about it now. So that was good. And then work has been crazy busy. Life has been crazy busy. My poor grandmother's back in the hospital. She's having some heart trouble, so I've been trying to spend some time with her, and life gets away from you. But I have been thinking about you guys, and thanks to those of you who reached out just to see how I was doing, that I was still alive. But the stitching is just piled up, and I love stitching. I'm passionate about it, as I'm sure most of you who are watching are. And so I want to share my stuff. So I'm going to start with finishes. And it's like I said, the last time I recorded a Flosstube, I want to say was maybe end of September, beginning of October. So I have some finishes. My first finish, this is one of my own patterns, and this is Mary Mary. I released this last year, and the picture there, I turned it into an ornament. So much fun. I loved stitching this. Obviously, it's super fun to stitch your own stuff, but I haven't even been designing much lately because there's so much other stuff I want to stitch. It comes down to, do you want to design a pattern or do you want to sit cozy and stitch? And the answer is always stitch. But here is my finish. So this was a lot of fun. I wanted something that gave that classic feel, like my favorite Christmas movies, the 1938 version of Scrooge, and just, like the holly and ivy and like the very classic traditional Christmas. And then I put a burlap ribbon and a button. And the fun thing with this, I experimented with a cording drill. And I have to say, if you're afraid, don't be. It honestly was not difficult. I followed Vanna's tutorial, which I highly recommend, Vanna the Twisted Stitcher. And it was really fun to make my own cording, and it does give a finished piece such a polished look. I really do love it. So that was a fun finish. I hung that on my tree for Christmas. Next was another pattern of mine. And I released this one in February of this year for Valentine's. Honey Bunny. I'm obsessed with this one. I love these two little bunnies. He's giving her a huge Valentine and she's like, holy cow, ears down, what are you doing? This was so fun. Heart clouds, hearts in the trees. Hearts, and bunnies' hearts. Yes, all of it. So I finished this one in February. And here it is. Isn't that adorable? I want to give credit to Christy at Java Girl Stitches. She did a finish similar to this where like on the frame, she put like fabric and then another piece of fabric on sticky board. And I loved like the multi-dimensional look. And Christy, I tried to follow your bows, but look, so fun with the bow. So I had a lot of fun, both designing, stitching, and finishing this one. My family says this is me, and I have to say, this is me. This is my doodles. This is definitely my style. So that one was a lot of fun. I had a good time doing that. Put me in the Valentine's mood. Okay, make sure everything doesn't topple here. Next, Frosty Forest. So I have all of these Frosty Forest patterns, and I love them. They're so cute. My vision for these is, you know, when you take down the tree in December and you're like, oh, because, you know, yeah, the house was like, had a soft glow from the tree and you had your decorations. I thought it'd be fun because I have like a short white tree that I put my cross stitch on. I thought it'd be fun to like keep that up and turn it into a winter tree, you know, like maybe some snowflakes. And I thought these as ornaments would just be perfect. So I stitched this one, and this one's on 32 count pearl gray. And there it is. Isn't that so cute? Two little birds rubbing noses. These are fun. These are a quick stitch. I love houses. I love building a house. If you're into houses, I think almost all of these have a house in them. A couple don't, like they're in the forest. But I was just obsessed with this. This was a quick stitch. It was super fun. It put me in the mood for the snow, which we get a lot of here in Michigan. Okay, next, this was fun. I saw this, I can't remember who. Let me flatten out this paper. This was a freebie from the Fat Quarter shop called Little Loves. And I just thought that was precious. I absolutely am a sucker for anything Valentine's Day, pink and reds. That's my jam. So I downloaded that and I ended up stitching mine on a 32 count white. I didn't have all of the colors, so I substituted a few, but I, you know, tried to get it as close as I could to the picture. And there it is. Isn't that sweet? I love it so much. That's so cute. Quick stitch. Go to their website. I'm sure they still have it. It's a freebie pattern to download. And I'm going to make this into like a little pillow for my Valentine display. I love having little Valentine pillows. I don't know what it is about little Valentine pillows, but I love it. Okay, and then my last finish, this was designed by my good friend Annie Turner at The Proper Stitcher. Hi, Annie. This was a fundraiser for Hurricane Helene, which happened in 2024. She actually had family that was impacted by this, her sister-in-law, and if you go to her videos, you know, it's her story to tell, but, you know, she talks about what her sister went through, and it inspired her to create this design, which, what a beautiful design. Go tell it on the mountain. I absolutely love it. So I called the shop, and I ordered it right away, and I was excited to get started. It was at Cross Stitch and Crafts in Johnson City that I called, and I got mine. And I think I stitched this. I did stitch this on a 32 count light mocha. Such a beautiful design, Annie. Thank you for doing this for us. I love the cardinals. I absolutely love how she did the border. So creative. And a little house. I'm here for it. And she has more of these. She made a series of these. So more of the verses of the song. So go check out her Etsy shop and her website and her Flosstube. She's an incredible designer and stitcher. Okay, let's get into the WIPs. Now, I have my computer ready to go because I have, let's see, let me look. I have a total of 40 WIPs. That number keeps growing and I'm okay with it. I just can't resist when new stuff comes out that I see and it's adorable. So I'm just gonna keep stitching away, stitching away. So the first one, this is Good Company, and this is by the Scarlet House. I love this one. I am a huge animal fan, and all the little critters, like the little dogs and the sheep and the birds. I just absolutely love this. And it says, she lives on a hill overlooking the sea with only her dogs for good company. She doesn't need less, she doesn't need more than to hear the waves crash onto the shore. And I just love that. It's just such a peaceful, peaceful little verse. And I do love being by the water, and I do love my dogs. I am stitching mine on 32 count buttercream. And here's where I'm at. I chose to do the silks for this. I splurged for the silks. And they're beautiful. They're wonderful to work with. And I'm going to say this about every one I show, I really need to get back to this one, which is another big reason why I love doing WIP parades, because when I do these and I see how beautiful they are and I take them out and I look at them, I'm like, it reinvigorates me more than just like looking at the project bag like, oh yeah, you know, I like seeing it again, seeing the colors, the fabric, it just makes me excited to work on it. Okay, next, this was a stitch along in 2021. It is pretty clear I am not on track with that stitch along, but I knew I wouldn't be. This is a very heavy stitching piece. This is the Fruit of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. I decided to do the solid portion of the stitching here, leaving the negative space, the empty space, to be the fabric poking through. You can do the other option or the other way around. Mine is on, let me see, I'm almost positive this is 32 count light sand, and I used DMC 3031 and 3064. And here it is. I got some work down here in this lowest corner. I got a bit more stitching done in the pink, and I finished that up and started some of that brown border. This is such a beautiful piece. And I've turned it to a family sampler. I've just started putting in initials of my family. The first block here, which is the bird, has F and L for Fred and Lolly, my grandparents. And then my mom, Deborah, she's above the two birds. So just as I'm working on it and I think of a member of my family, I just toss in a letter and kind of personalize it. I'm toying with the idea, you guys tell me what you think. I'm toying with the idea of keeping this one out and doing like a, 30 minutes a day on it, because it's such a big piece. I fear that if I don't do a little every day, I'll never get it done. Excuse me when I take a drink. I feel like I'll never get it done. So I'm kind of toying with the idea of, like one thread a day or 30 minutes a day, something along those lines. We'll see how it works out. Okay, next is the Flip It series by Lizzie Kate. Last year, I was trying to do one per month. I fell behind. I did get some of them done. I got half the year done. I'm up to July. These are so much fun. Let me show you the ones I've done so far. So we have January, super cute with the snowman. February, love it. And I've mentioned this before on my channel, but every single pattern has 3 buttons that Lizzie Kate incorporated into the design, which is just super cutesy. April, I think that might have been the last one I showed you. April, May, no, maybe May, I can't remember. Love the birds, love the little birdhouse. So much fun. These are a quick stitch. They're so cute. I have a little stand that I want to put them on and display them, kind of like a little calendar. Here's June. Love that blue. Ooh, I love that blue that fills in around the word June. So cute. And November, that one's kind of out of order. I finished this one first because I loved the turkey. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do all of them. And July, which is empty, but I've got the piece of fabric cut and I'm going to start it tonight. So I'm including it in the WIP Parade. I'd like to get those done, put out for display. I'm a sucker for like the cottages of the month and the little things of the month. So yeah, I got to start getting them done so I can put them up. Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks, July. So this is a series. I had a couple of the houses done. I had October done, March, and July. I think those 3. And I had stitched them on a 28 count fabric, and I just wanted to make them smaller. You know what I mean? I wanted them to be a little more petite. The thing I'm thinking of putting them on is a little smaller, so I restarted, you know, because I only have 40 WIPs. All kinds of time over here. So I restarted, and I'm stitching all of them now on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. And here's where I'm at. Isn't that pretty? I love this fabric. I tell you, Vintage Country Mocha is one of my absolute favorites. Just that beautiful marbly color. And look at that house. It's so pretty. I love the July house. It has like fireworks. So cute. Can't wait to get back to that. Okay, the Sarah Johnson sampler. This is kind of a funny story. I had not seen anyone stitch this. I was in a little sampler phase where I bought a couple of samplers and I was really enjoying them, and I love reading the history behind them. Like, I'm a big sucker for that. But I have never seen an American sampler, a girl who, you know, was in early America, and the history behind it. So I went on to eBay and I came across this one, and it's not a hard chart to get there. There's a bunch of them out there. It was produced by American Cross Stitch Inc. Let's see what year. 1984. And it tells her story. It shows the original sampler, and I just thought it was darling. Again, there's 2 dogs, so I'm here for this. Now, this is stitched all in, the pattern calls for all DMC, so I've been doing a conversion of my own, adding in some fancy floss here or there, keeping some of the DMC. Let's see what I stitched this in. I think it's parchment. 30 Sarah Johnson sampler, 32 count parchment. That is right. And here's where I got to. So I made a lot of progress on this one lately. I think the last time I saw it, I may have only had A and B, maybe. So I got to going on more of the letters, and I really like how it's turning out. I love the different colors. I think it looks really good. So sweet. And I guess I'm a history fan. I just love thinking about the little girl who stitched it. I love thinking about Sarah Johnson, and it was stitched in 18, I think was it 1812? 1814 in Pennsylvania. So there was lots going on in early America during those times. So yeah, I just think about like what she was going through, what her life was like. You know, I like that historical part of it. Okay, next is The Rabbit and the Rose by Brenda Gervais. This is a recent new start. I started this spring. I just am such a sucker for the bunnies. And look at those big flowers. Aren't those just beautiful? This reminds me, and I don't know if that's what she intended, but you know the chocolate bunnies that come in a box? And they have like the little yellow candy eye? I don't know why he looks like that to me. I thought it was so cute. My grandpa used to give us, my grandpa and grandma used to give us one of those every year after our annual Easter egg hunt. So that's a very fun memory. Okay, The Rabbit and the Rose, 32 count cream. And here's where I got to. So I went kind of crazy. I love it. Such an easy stitch. So much fun. Then I saw something shiny, but I will be getting back to this one. So super, super cute. I love her soft colors. She always has just such a nice, muted, soft palette, and it looks really, really pretty. Oh, I have a story about this one. This was also a new start. I saw this on, I can't even remember where I saw it. I think it was on Instagram. Someone posted on Instagram, Things Unseen by Lizzie Kate. Now, this came out as a 3-piece mystery sampler. I searched everywhere. I went online, looked at stitchy shops, you know, just searching high and low, and could not find a copy of this pattern. I think it's from, I don't even know what year. Doesn't say. I don't know what year, but I put a call out there on Instagram if anyone had one of these they were willing to sell or knew someone. And a couple of people reached out to me, and my good friend Trisha, hi Trisha, I think you should do a Flosstube, Trisha. She has an Instagram, and she's very active in the community and very kind, and she gifted me these. So I was just beside myself. She gifted me not only the 3 patterns, but the charm pack, and I started immediately. I know a lot about Helen Keller only because I had to do a book report about Helen Keller, and I think like the 3rd or 4th grade. So I just thought it was so cool to see some of these old pictures of her. And I watched a Helen Keller movie when I started this. I can't remember what the name of the movie is. There's a couple different versions of it, but it shows how like her teacher actually got her to understand when she couldn't hear and you can't hear and you can't see, finally got her to understand the hand symbols. What an amazing show. So this I am stitching on 32 count Ren. I started it March 4th of this year. Isn't that so pretty? I love it so much. Thank you so much, Trisha. I am so excited. I really, really am going to start working on this one again. It calls to me. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, next, Farm Fresh by the Prairie Schooler. This was a new purchase as well. I have the other one. It's not called Farm Fresh. What's it called? Ooh, boy. What is that first one called? Let me look. Just Hatched. Just Hatched. So I have Just Hatched, and I've done a couple of the pieces from there. This is one from Just Hatched. The Little Shepherd. Oh my gosh, are those sheep not adorable? Oh my gosh. And I have one on an Easter tree that I still have out because I haven't switched over yet to summer. And this, I saw this companion piece. I saw Cindy DeRosa, so Cindy's Cross Stitch on Instagram. She had stitched this bunny, and I was like, oh, where did you get that? And she told me, and I had to run off and get this because look at the ducks and the chickens. Oh, I'm obsessed. That yellow house. Oh, it's so cute. So I'm stitching all of these on 18 count white Aida. So this was another finish for me. I finished the bunny. Isn't he adorable? I love it so much with the tulips. So sweet. This was a fun stitch. This was a quick stitch. I want to make all of these eggs into ornaments. And then I immediately turned around and started the ducks. How cute is that? I absolutely love it. I love the colors. These are so much fun to stitch. So I'm going to keep going. That if I do them all, that'll be 8 in total. They're so cute. There's not one I don't like. They're so adorable. Okay. Next is Country Cottage Needleworks Bunny Hop. This is another restart for me. I had started this when I first got back into stitching in like 2017. And nothing wrong with the one I was doing, but my stitches were a little wonky. I hadn't really got back into the rhythm yet, and it was on a 28 count. I wanted it to be a little smaller. So of course I restarted. Let's see, and I restarted on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. Love this color. I love Vintage Country Mocha. And here's where I'm at. So I restarted that this spring. I love how it's looking. I like the size that it's going to be. So fun. Such a pretty, pretty pattern. All the little bunnies hopping. I think it's adorable. This was another purchase and new start recently. This is by, and I've discovered now, Tra-la-la. God help me. There's so many cute patterns. I don't even know. I have to stay off of the Instagram, seeing the Tra-la-la. But anyway, this is Egg Hunt by Tra-la-la. Isn't that adorable? That chubby blackbird and her with her skinny legs and that little poofy skirt. Oh my gosh. I freaked out and ran to get this one. And immediately started it, and believe it or not, I am getting close to a finish. This is on 32 count white linen. Isn't that precious? Oh my gosh, I love the colors in this. I absolutely love it. All I have to do is come around here, finish this border and this little flower, and I'm done. So I'm going to focus on this one. It's just so cute. I love how she draws her bunnies. Just, Obsessed with that one. So, so cute. Okay, woo, we're not even halfway. If you'd like a drink, put me on pause. Okay, next is A Study in Pink by the Artsy Housewife. Love the Artsy Housewife. What a sweetie on her video. She's got so many beautiful designs out there. Many of these butterflies, and then I think a moth too. Just so much beautifulness. Let's see. This one, A Study in Pink, is on 36 Count Latte by Fiber on a Whim. And here's where I am. So I did some work on this one, I know, since the last time. Came down here, started filling this in. Although it looks busy, it's like big blocks, you know, like big swaths of color. So it really is like relaxing stitching. It's not like you're pasted to your pattern, you know, it kind of just flows. Such a beautiful piece. Oh my gosh. So pretty. Got to get back to that one. Okay, this one, I'm not giving up on this one. I'm not giving up. I haven't worked on it, but I'm not giving up. This is Halloween Rules. And for those of you who have seen this one, it's Lizzie Kate. It's all of these individual cards, you know, have a pattern. And then those blocks make up this great big pattern. Geez, oh Pete's, round and round. And it's just adorable. My sister finished hers and she has it on like an old piece of fence. It's so pretty. So I'm stitching this on 28 count clay Joblin. And here's where I am. It's such a beautiful piece. I'm almost down to the bottom of the blocks. But what I realized, as you can tell up here where I'm doing a bunch of frogging at the top, what I realized is that when I started the blocks, I was two stitches, is that two? Two stitches in too far on one side. So to correct this, I'm going to rip out this top, fix this border going down so it matches the other one, and then restitch the top. But it is so cute. And I've done so much work on it. I don't know what it is. Every time I think about working on this, the thought of like frogging it is just like, oh, you know, you guys know. No one wants to frog out their stitches. But this fall, I would like to make some progress on that because it is such a sweet piece. Okay, next is Ellen Barber, 1895. Home Sweet Home. I love this one. I have put in some time on this one. It's just this cute itty bitty little sampler with the colors. I love it so much. What did I stitch this one on? 36 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. And here's where it is. Isn't that sweet? I love that she took every color of floss available to her and said, it's all going in here. I think it's so cute. So absolutely cute. And it tells me she was a patient girl because changing color every letter, you know, it takes some time. But what a beautiful result. I love this one. So sweet. I love them all, which is good. And I have UFO'd a couple where I've just decided, you know, whatever drew me to it at the time, I'm just not really into it anymore. And there's just so many things I do want to stitch. So a couple of them left, a couple more came. That's what got me to the 40. My Home in the Garden by Liz Matthews. Stitch along with Betsy Klager and Nikki Noodle. They both finished. I'm woefully behind. So I'm stitching mine on a 32 count white. And I absolutely love this piece. It is so pretty. The flowers are so pretty. Nikki actually did a conversion for us from the silks. And I don't think Betsy used it. I think Betsy might have done her own, but I'm following Nikki's conversion with the exception of like, it was the purple or the pink, one of the two. Isn't that pretty? So I have to get back to it. I have to get back to them all. I love them all. Not enough time. Okay, next, this I downloaded long ago. This is by Curie Curie. This is their advent calendar, their Christmas advent calendar. And so I don't have a paper picture to show you, but here's where I'm at. It's just beautiful. It's on 36 count raw linen. And me and my sister started this on a sister stitchy weekend. And so I've just been chipping away at it a little. I think I finished the gingerbread and came up here and started this cat in a sled. Super cute. So many beautiful, like soft designs. I love that one. So sweet. Next, I'm super close. I have to finish this one this year. Spring Awakens by Brenda Gervais. 2 bunnies pulling a robin in a basket. I don't know if things get quite cuter than that. That might be the tip top of Cutie Mountain. So I am stitching this one on a 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. And there I am. I'm so close, right? Like the ribbon here, a little bit more on the robin, some of this, and then these little doojabbies around. But it's so fun. It's so sweet. I absolutely love this. Screaming Easter, bunnies and Easter. Okay, we're getting close, guys. I'm trying to talk fast. We're at 31 minutes. That's not too bad. Okay. Satsuma Street, Verano. I think that's how you say it. Verano. The colors are what drew me to this. That bird with the gigantic eye, I love him so much. He was the first thing I stitched. I was like, this is so cute. This one is on a 32 count white. And here's Brian. Isn't that sweet? He is so cute. I love the one feather on his head and that big eye. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I love how Satsuma Street uses bright color. Just vibrant, bright color. Oh, I have a couple of her designs and I just absolutely love them. B is for Bunny. This is by La Di Da. I love this one. It's kind of funky. The flowers are kind of funky looking and the bunny's body with like the spots on it and the little basket. I don't know. I really dig it. I think I saw my friend Michelle stitching this, I think is who enabled me for this one. It's just so so cute. Okay, 32 count white for this one as well. And I made a little bit of progress, I think, since the last time I showed you. I had finished these 2 big flowers up here in the corner, but I started to outline the bunny. So I can start doing some big blocky sections. Isn't he cute? Little nose popping out. He's got a cute profile. B is for Bunny. The next one is a stitch along, and my friend Amanda, the Alba Stitcher, is already done. This is Hester's Special Delivery. I think it was Spring Bunny Sal we were using at the time. So sweet. This is by Pansy Patch Quilts. Again, I absolutely love the use of color in this. You'll see when I hold this up, I filled in a bunch of the bunny in his fur. Oh my gosh, I just love it so much. And this one is on, ooh, let me see. I think this might be on 36 count Mayflower, but let me double check. Hester Special Delivery is on 36 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. Look at that fur. I love the variegation in the floss. It's so beautiful. Just so pretty. This is another one I have on my list for this year that I got to get back to and get finished because it's just so sweet. This is an oldie, Birds of a Feather, McKenna at 1883, 1886 stitchery. I can't remember which it is. I think it's 1880 something stitchery. She had put this up on her website and I freaked out and bought it because my another Instagram friend, Cindy, she had shown this sampler from stitching it a ways back and I just thought it was so pretty. So I jumped right on this bandwagon. Let's see, Happy Heart Sampler, 32 count Winter White. I did a little bit on this one. I may have already showed you the progress that I made. I can't remember. But I started working on that big heart up top. I love it. I love the color. I just think it's a very unique sampler. It's not like, I don't know, the design, like the design down the side and that great big cool looking flower. And I don't know, the number blocks at the bottom, it has a twist to it and I really like it. So yes, gotta get back to that one. This is another one I don't have a picture for. I got it online by 2x2 Stitch Art. I call it Wander, but I think they've got it listed as like Nature Scene number 5 or something, 4 or 5 or something like that. But the phrase is, not all who wander are lost. And it's really only, I think, 3 colors of DMC, 3 blue DMCs, and it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. I had asked for some advice in the past on whether or not I should go back and fill in the white, and I think I'm gonna just leave it because I think it's beautiful. So pretty. Gotta get back to it. Woo, guys, we're close. Are we kind of close-ish? Kind of close-ish. Okay, Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt. I know you've probably seen this one a lot. A lot of people stitch this. Just such beautiful colors. Absolutely adore all of these flowers. DMC, mine is stitched on a 32 count white. And here's where I'm at. This is just a fun one. Fun, easy stitching, so pretty. I've seen this finished in so many ways, but makes me think of spring and summer, and I just, again, love all the vibrant colors of DMC. Just beautiful. So pretty. Okay, Peppermint Polar Bear. So Anita from Shine Sparkle Stitch, I think, Holly and Anita did a Flosstube a while back, and I saw Peppermint Polar Bear. Anita was stitching it, and I ran off to buy it by Artful Offerings. Isn't he so cute? It's a polar bear wearing a sweater. I can't even pass this up. There's just no way. And I'm stitching it on the called for linen, which was, let me see, Peppermint Polar Bear, 32 count Smoky Pearl. And this is where I got to. Isn't that sweet? Love the little candy cane border. So cute. Thank you for enabling me, Anita. I'm having fun with this one. I'll probably start stitching on this one again when we get a little closer to Christmas. I'm very much a seasonal stitcher. I know some people are not, but for me, whatever season I'm in, it's like my projects from that season call me. A Kiss for Snowman. The Gold Collection Petite from Dimensions. This one's going to be for my mom. It very much reminds me of my mom when she was little, and she loves snowmen. I have restarted this one, and this is now on 18 count white Aida. So pretty. And there's where I am. I always love how Dimensions, you know, when you're stitching it, sometimes it doesn't look like it makes sense, but then it all blends together. Almost like a watercolor painting. So pretty. So, so pretty. Okay. Woo. Another restart. I gotta stop restarting things. Plum Street Stamplers, this is the day. Absolutely love this. This came out at market a couple years ago. I ran off, started it immediately. Not a huge fan of the fabric it was on. I can't even remember what I had it on before, but I restarted it, and now it's on a 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I started in the bottom right corner, and I'm loving it. I'm loving this color much better. I feel like everything pops more. So pretty. Love the border. This is such a beautiful piece. The colors in this, the bricks alone on that house. Oh, those pinks and reds. I just think it's so stunning. So I gotta get back to work on that one. Betsy Klager, if you're watching, please fast forward 5 minutes and don't look. This is a gift for Betsy. It was supposed to be for her birthday last November. I'm woefully late. But it is Tuxie and Strawberry Farm by Stitch with Coffee on Etsy. Her little cat Hamilton is a tuxedo cat. And I found a bunch of these. If you're interested, a bunch of them with different scenes with tuxedo cats. I'm stitching this on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha, and so far I have Hamilton. So cute. Absolutely love it. Really cool pattern, very easy to read, small, like easy to do little kitty pictures. I love it. Another restart. I have a problem. I'm admitting. Star Village Thistles. This one was another, I wasn't too happy with the fabric. So I restarted it, and I'm stitching it on the called for 35 count Aged Saffron by Dames of the Needle. So I do see why they use this fabric. I think it makes the colors pop much better than the fabric I was using. So lots of work to do here. This is a big piece. Big, but so cute. And it's just a bunch of houses in beautiful colors. So what's not to love? Okay, for the love of nature, this was another restart. Oh my gosh. It's a problem. Yeah, for the love of nature. Absolutely love this piece. I'm a sucker for animals, Teresa Kogut, all the things. I'm here for it. What did I restart this on? Let's see. For the love of nature. For the love of nature, 32 count Spice by number 12 Stitch Co. Nicola's shop. Beautiful fabric. Absolutely beautiful. And the reason I restarted it, the fabric I was using, I think I was using like a light mocha. It was blending too much with this caramel color border, and I really wanted that to show up. And Nicola's beautiful fabric was the answer. Doesn't that look good? You can really see that caramel color. It's much more defined. I'm excited to get back to this one. I gotta finish that ginormous house. Holy cow. So cute though. Love it. Okay, next one is another one I downloaded offline, so I don't have the picture, but I'm sure you've seen it. This is Hello Pumpkin from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This is on an 18 count white Aida, and there's where I'm at. Fun stitch. This is fun. I love, there's 4 trees for all the seasons. I'm sure you've probably seen them, but super, super cute. I had to do the fall one. I am a fall girly. I love the fall, mostly because I'm not sweating. But I do love pumpkins and all the things. Okay, the Scarlet House Penny Pumpkin. I am so close to finishing this. It's ridiculous. All I've got left is these little doodabbies all around here. All these little stars. I need to finish it. This is on 32 count Ren. Last time I worked on this, I worked on the border. And I'm so close. I'm so close. Pumpkin's done. Leaves are done. Berries are done. The border's done. I just have to do the little stars. Getting done this year. Has to happen. So cute. I want to finish it in a little pillow like my friend Michelle did, with some pom-pom border like she did. Super cute. This was a gift from my sister, Winter Woods by Satsuma Street. I love this one. I just think all the colors on this are so beautiful. I just love how she uses color. It's just so fabulous. Let's see, Winter Woods. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. This is on 28 count Nordic Blue by Witchell. Now, I have to admit, folks, I am not a huge Witchell fan. Something about the fabric, it's tougher and kind of stiff and very, like, the holes are big. Something, I don't know what it is. With my type of stitching, it's a little difficult to stitch on, but this color had to be. So here it is. I got a headless polar bear. So cute. I love the color. So I just am, being patient with this one, just enjoying the process because I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with that piece. It's so pretty. This one just is not calling to me, and I don't know what my problem is. I was so excited to start this one, but I didn't UFO it because I think it's pretty. The Prairie Schooler Harvest Time, this top one up here. I think it's such a beautiful scene. I don't know why it's not calling to me, but I'm stitching it on 32 count white, and I would say I'm halfway. I'd say I'm about halfway. I got quite a bit done. So I'm just gonna pack her away and wait till the mood strikes me. So pretty. It really is pretty. I've seen this one stitched by several people, and I think it would be such a pretty little pillow. Okay, we need to talk about this pattern. United We Stand by Teresa Kogut. I have made an executive decision. I love this pattern. So pretty. I did conversions to fancy floss for my piece, and I changed the girl's hair. Let me show you. So this is on a 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. Here's where I am. To have brown hair like me, my hair is actually a little bit darker, but close enough. These dresses are so tall. You guys, I think I'm gonna make these shorter girls. I think I'm gonna cut it like here and bring that whole like hemline and United We Stand up. I don't know if that's gonna work now that I'm looking at the flag. Because these dresses are just so long. So I gotta do something there. I gotta think about it a little. It's just a ton of stitching, very dense stitching. And it is fun, honestly, but wowie. Wowie. Okay, only a couple more. Mary Clayton, Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I saw Betsy stitch this one. Absolutely beautiful. I love the story. They think she was in an orphanage. They think that's what this building is. So pretty. I bought the silks for this. Hi, Kitty. Hi. And I am stitching this one on, let's see, Mary Clayton. 32 count cappuccino by Fiber and a Whim. This is such a pretty piece. Oh, I love it. And here's where I am. Hi, Kitty. Isn't that pretty? So much fun stitching it. I love it. I just need to get back to it. Hi, pretty kitty. My little kitty Jojo's here. Hi. You guys say hi? You guys say hi to everybody? I don't think they can see you. Okay, next. This is a gold collection stocking that I bought online. I saw Amanda stitch this one and I just fell in love with it. This is Must Be Saint Nick. Lucky Chance Stitcher. I couldn't think of it for a second. She does a bunch of these stockings and they're so pretty. They're just so beautiful. So I'm using the kit fabric, which I think is an 18 count navy. No, I take that back. I decided not to use the kit fabric and I got 18 count navy. 18 count navy, what was in the kit, but it's an old kit and the fabric was kind of, I don't know, just like not in the best condition. There's where I am. I have a long way to go. Some of these projects I have a long way to go, and that's okay. They're still adorable and cute, and I still want to do them. Kitty's in heaven when she's in my craft room because I have all the string and the yarn. You want to say hi, Jojo? You want to say hi? She's like, no. Okay, next is Mill Hill Northwood Santas. I am doing the Pine Tree Santa. I have had this stitch for quite a while. All I have left to do is the beading, and I haven't done a Mill Hill kit before, so I think like taking the time to sit down and get the beads out and get going is what's holding me back here. But I know like Calico Whimsy, she does a bunch of Mill Hill, and she has all kinds of like handy tips and tricks in her videos on how she does the beading, so I need to just sit down and do it. But it's gonna have to be around Christmas when I'm in the mood. So the stitching is all done. I did it on the perforated paper. Oh, there, you can see her there. Going to the kitty cat condo. So yeah, I just got to do the beading. Super cute though. Definitely want to finish it. Okay, Long Dog Samplers. The token. I love this. The plan for this, if you look in this piece, there's like initials. My plan for this is to put the initials of my 7 nieces and 1 nephew. So 6 nieces and 1 nephew. I'm stitching this one on, I believe it's cream. Let me look, the token. The token, 32 count ivory and DMC 814. And here's where I am. I haven't worked on this one in a long time. I guess it's good because my sister decided to have another baby. So somebody would have been left out had I been prompt in finishing this. So we're done now. The family's done. All the siblings are done having the baby. So there's 7 of them. So I have no excuses now. I have to get back to this one. Okay, stitching in quilts. I love this. My friend Amanda, Alba Stitcher, she's doing the Halloween in quilt. And then she just gifted me Winter in quilt, which these are so pretty. I love these so much. By Cure e Battacure. I think that's how you say it, but I'm not Italian. Super cute. I love this one. This one is on 32 count American Chestnut. And I started down on that little strawberry shortcake house. Isn't that precious? I like this one a lot. I really do. I need to get back to it. I told you I was going to say that like 300 times. Or maybe 40 times because I have 40 WIPs. Just have to get back to it. Okay, this one, Nat is just hounding me for this one. Every time I talk about stitching on my Flosstube, he's like, where's my Cubs one? So this is by Stitcher Universe. Yeah, StitcherUniverse.com. This is a 75 by 75 Cubs logo. It's hard for me to accept that he's not a Detroit Tigers fan. But for a National League team, that's okay. He can like the Cubs. I like the Cubs too. There's where I am. Just lots of blocky stitching. Nothing fancy on this one. Super cute. I like the design. I like how she did it. It's really cute. Last one you guys stuck with, if you're still here, 40th WIP. Agnes Platt's Strawberry Sampler is the name of the book. Oh no, Loose Feathers, Spring 2013 is the name of the book. And I am doing the bee skepp. So pretty. Again, I love just how the bricks are all different color. Oh, so pretty. And I am doing this on 32 count red. And that's where I am. So a little bit more brick building to do, fill in to do, the mortar, then the little bee skepp. I love it so much though. So what I did, you know, I've got my little spreadsheet over here. What I did is, as I was doing this process, I picked a couple and I highlighted them because I'm close. I'm close to finishing them and I just want to get them done. So I highlighted a couple of those. And then the others that were really like, oh, I just want to put everything down and stitch on this right now, I highlighted, and those are the ones I'm going to work on for the remainder of 2025. So that's another reason I like to do WIP parades, because it forces me to take them out and look at them, remember why I love them, and then I guess just see which ones are really calling to me. So that's everything I have for today. Let me do a happy card though. Man, it's been so long. It's been so long since we've done a Flosstube. We are on 28, so there's 30 of these cards. We are almost finished. I am connected. It says, I have more in common with others than I realize. I seek commonality with people rather than focusing on outward differences. I am connected. Great reminder. Great reminder. We're all human beings. A lot of us want all the same things: peace, happiness, love, kindness, friendship, all of the things. It's a good thing to remind yourself, even when you feel like you got a lot of differences with someone, like maybe a coworker or someone you don't get along with. So I think that's a good reminder. I like that card. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for coming back and checking on me. My plan going forward is probably I'll come back every month. I'm not promising, like there might be months when I don't, you know, life is just life and that all has to happen. But my plan is to come back next month. Me and my sister Melissa are going to StitchCon Weekend A. I'm so excited. We've got everything booked. We're staying right at the hotel there. It's our very first retreat. She hasn't been to a retreat and neither have I. So we are super excited to go. If you go to StitchCon Weekend A, please come say hi. I'm going to bring a bunch of free patterns, you know, that my design free patterns, and just throw them out on the table, and it'd be great to say hi to you and see some faces in person. So if not, I hope you leave a comment. Tell me how you're doing. I hope everything's going well with you. Summer is upon us. I have a lot of yard work to do tomorrow. I have a lot of planting to do tomorrow. I hope you're enjoying the weather like Kitty Sweets. But until next time, love you guys. Thanks for stopping by.